Zahid Hamidi has told youth leaders that if they criticize others, they must be prepared to accept criticism. Meanwhile, a PAS leader said that the party has decided on a candidate for the next Perikatan National Chief. Stay tuned for this and more on Kini News. UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi has urged youth leaders in political parties to embrace differing views and remain open to criticism. According to Bernama, Zahid said both he and Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim previously served in UMNO youth leadership, giving them an understanding that young leaders often hold diverse ideals and perspectives. He was quoted as saying that youths naturally have different ideals, and when they express differing views or opinions, these should be accepted as part of a healthy exchange of ideas. Zahid added that while young people are often critical, they must also be prepared to accept criticism directed at them and should not accuse others of being undemocratic or unwilling to accept the truth. He was responding to a media report in which UMNO Youth Chief Dr. Akmal hinted at the possibility of resigning. In response, Zahid said disagreements should not lead to taking shortcuts and stressed that politics is a struggle where consensus is not always possible. He stated that when there are differences, they must be resolved through explanation and dialogue, not through other means. He added that youth leaders must continue to uphold their idealism, regardless of whether their views are accepted, noting that there are proper channels to reconcile differences and address issues. Zahid clarified that his remarks were made in general and were not directed specifically at Akmal. Meanwhile, when asked whether UMNO was open to accepting Akmal's resignation, Zahid said that he had never thought about it. Meanwhile, Akmal said that criticism and principles are two separate matters. In a post on Facebook, he said he has faced criticism before and has no issue with it, adding that he would respond and push back when criticized. However, he stressed that he will stick to his principles and it will never change. Akmal had previously posted a cryptic message about stepping down after Zahid, who recently chaired an UMNO Political Bureau meeting, rejected his call for the party to quit the government. In a Facebook post, Akmal indicated that despite best efforts, an unspecified goal was not met. Last Saturday, Akmal, who led an UMNO Youth Special Convention, rallied members to support his call for UMNO to join forces with PAS in the opposition. It is understood he had presented the matter at an UMNO Political Bureau meeting on Monday night. From now on, you can also listen to Kini News on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us. PAS has decided on a candidate to become the next Perikatan National Chief. PAS Information Chief Ahmad Shari told reporters today that at the PAS level, a name has been confirmed. He added that he wasn't sure whether it has been relayed to former PN Chief Muhyiddin Yassin. However, when asked about speculation that Terengganu Menteri Besar Ahmad Samsuri Mokhtar would be nominated as the coalition's new leader, Fadli said he could not confirm the matter. Fadli also noted that the PN Constitution does not contain any specific provisions requiring that the coalition chairperson also be the president of one of its component parties. Samsuri is one of 3 PAS vice presidents. Another frontrunner for the post is PAS Deputy President Tuan Ibrahim Tuan Man. PAS President Abdul Hadi Awang had previously indicated that he is not keen to take on a top leadership post, signaling a preference for someone younger to take charge. Businessperson Albert Tay has filed an originating summons against the authorities after being forced to wear orange lockup attire despite not being convicted yet. Tay named the MACC, its Chief Commissioner Azam Baki, and the government as the defendants in the civil suit. At today's press conference, Tay recalled how he had been forced to wear the MACC lockup outfit when brought to court for his remand application. He also questioned why prominent political figures and high-ranking individuals who were previously arrested had not been subjected to similar treatment.
Mereka sengaja, niatnya adalah sengaja untuk mendera mental saya. Cuba menghancurkan semangat perjuangan saya. Orang yang berprofil tinggi ni ditangkap semua, namun tidak pakai baju orange yang memaparkan baju orange satu cerita yang memaparkan perkataan tulisan lock up SPM tu. Kenapa? Apa beza? Sebab mereka adalah manusia yang berprofil tinggi, orang besar. Kita adalah rakyat jelata yang lapisan bawah.
Meanwhile, Tay's lawyer N. Surendran said the legal action sought a court declaration demanding that the directive requiring individuals who were merely under investigation to wear such attire is unlawful, unconstitutional, and contradictory to the principles of upholding justice. Surendran added that the civil suit was also seeking damages against the defendants, leaving the exact amount of compensation to the court's discretion. If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing to Malaysia Kini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe. Wan Saiful Wan Jan has congratulated Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim over recent findings by think tank Institute Masa Depan Malaysia. This is after it recorded an increase in public satisfaction towards his leadership and administration.
In a post on Facebook, Wan Saiful, who was sacked from Bersatu last year, said that when an institute chaired by the president of Bersatu goes to great lengths to conduct a nationwide study whose findings validate Anwar's stature, Anwar certainly has reason to be proud. He also sarcastically congratulated Muhyiddin, who recently resigned as Perikatan National Chairperson after the survey found him as the most popular candidate to become premier after the next national polls. He said an institute chaired by Muhyiddin worked tirelessly on a study whose results found that Muhyiddin is the greatest of all. That is indeed impressive. Wan Saiful also wondered if the Masa survey findings could mean a future collaboration between the two veteran politicians. With both Anwar's and Muhyiddin's stature and popularity now seemingly validated, he asked whether this could mark a new chapter of cooperation, possibly paving an early path for Bersatu to exit Perikatan Nasional.
Former Army Chief Hafizuddin Jantan has been remanded for 7 days to assist probes into a controversial military procurement tender. One of his wives was also remanded for 6 days, while another of his spouses will be remanded for 3 days. Bernama reported that the Putrajaya Magistrates Court had granted the MACC's remand applications today. Hafizuddin and his wives had been detained at the MACC headquarters yesterday.
It is understood that the investigation centers on the flow of funds suspected to have entered the officer's account. In addition to Hafizuddin and his spouses, another couple linked to the case had also been detained the day before. The couple, who are company owners, are under a 7-day remand. Yesterday, MACC obtained a 5-day remand order for 17 company directors suspected of operating a cartel to fix tenders for the said procurements. It was reported that the suspects, comprising 9 men and 8 women, aged between 20 and 60, were detained on Monday while giving statements at the MACC headquarters.
Yesterday, UMNO Youth Chief Dr. Akmal gave a cryptic message about stepping down. This came after party president Ahmad Zahid Hamidi rejected his call for UMNO to quit the government. Akmal indicated that despite best efforts, an unspecified goal was not met. With this, Kinitv posted a poll to hear your thoughts on Akmal's remark, and here are the results. A majority of voters at 52% support Akmal's remark to step down, saying that it is a courageous way to demand change. 39% were skeptical, saying that his remarks are rushed and will divide UMNO. Meanwhile, 5% voiced mixed feelings, highlighting that while being vocal is important, there should still be negotiations. What do you think of Akmal's remarks? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And that is all for me today. For more stories, you can go to kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.